भावहै विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः। ओम समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। हरि ओम, salutations to all. So we are seeing 12 Jyotirlingas, and yesterday we saw about Bhagavan Somnath. We also saw how Chandradev did the Upasana and chanted the Mrityunjaya Mantra 1 crore times. And as a result of that, Bhagavan was pleased, and Bhagavan also blessed him, removed his Kshaya Roga, but told him that there will be waxing as well as waning, both will happen every fortnight. Gave him an exalted position on his Jata, and also that on the Somvar, on the day on Somvar, whoever worships Bhagavan will be blessed. So a day was also taken up by Bhagavan. Now that Mrityunjaya Mantra, so it is a Vedic mantra found in the Rudram portion in the Krishna Yajurveda. And so the Vedic mantras will have specific intonations in which it has to be chanted. Then there is a Devata. So Mrityunjaya Rudra is the Devata. And the Devata, we have to remember the mantra. When we chant the Devata, we have to remember the Rishi to whom it is revealed. So Vasishtha Rishi is the Rishi to whom the mantra has been revealed. Then Devata is Mrityunjaya Rudra. And then the Chanda, the meter in which it is written. So Anushtup in this context. I'm just going to share that part of this. So Asya Shri Mrityunjaya Mantrasya Vasishtha Rishihi Mrityunjaya Rudro Devata Anushtup Chandaha. Then Bijam, Haum Bijam, Jum Shaktihi Sah Kilakam. So that is, if we add the Bija mantras, then the Mrityunjaya mantra is it is Maha Mrityunjaya Mantra with the Bija Aksharas. We are doing just a simple Mrityunjaya Mantra, Om Trambakam Yajamahe. We are not adding Bija Aksharas to that. Shri Mrityunjaya Pritaye Mama, whoever is a Yajman, you can take your name, and then Abhishta Siddhyarthe Jape Viniyogaha. One chants this and then does the mantra. So Viniyoga, then we do the dhyana of the whole form. So this is the dhyana mantra of Mrityunjaya Bhagavan. Hastabhyam kalashadvayamrita rasaihi aplavayantam shiraha. So with two pairs of hands, Bhagavan is offering nectar on his own head. Dvabhyam tau dadhatam mrigaksha valaye dvabhyam vahantam Param. So there is the Mriga Mudra and there is a Akshamala in Bhagwan's hand. And then Ankanyasta Karadvayamrita Ghatam, with two other hands, Bhagwan is again offering Amrita. Kailasakantam Shivam, the one who shines in Kailasa, who is Bhagawan Shiva. Swachhambho Jagatam Navendu Mukutam Devam Trinetram Bhaje, the Lord who has three eyes, who has the moon uh, as his Mukuta, and Swachhambho Jagatam, sitting on the, here they put pink lotus, pink color, but the clean, pure lotus is there on which Bhagavan sits. And so this is the form. What is the significance of this form? So two hands with which Bhagavan is offering nectar to the people, symbolizing the attitude of Karma Yoga, that we must serve the society, give the best, dedicate that to Bhagavan. That is our bhav. Bhagavan is offering out of love and compassion for everyone. So, for a sadhak, it is Karma Yoga Bhavana, that I serve the whole world in the form of Bhagavan. The next two hands symbolize Upasana and sense control. So, this mudra, where the two middle fingers and the thumb, they come together. This mudra is called Mriga Mudra. So, this is a deer. So, a deer is very restless, and we have to control the mind, which is like a deer, which is fickle, which is restless. How do we do that? So the senses have to be trained for that. So this mriga, if you see in the puja, when we take flowers also, what we do, we hold in this mriga mudra, flowers, rice, whatever we offer in archana. We take like this, bring it close to our heart, then offer like this. So why we do like that? The idea also is these are five senses of ours. And these five senses, they are turned extrovert, and that's why the mind is restless. So when we bring these senses, so specifically our eyes and our ears, these two, symbolically eyes and ears, they are the main gateways through which images and sounds go into our mind, and then that's how the thoughts, mainly thoughts are made from nama and rupa, the form and the sound. That's why Bhadram Karne Bhi Shunayama Devaha Bhadram Pashyemakshabhir Yajatraha. May we see, may we hear auspicious, may we see auspicious. Of course, the other three also, tasting, smelling, touching, all that also uh, does create some, the sense inputs, desires, etc. But mainly seeing and hearing. And so we bring, and so all the five senses. Now you can say whichever finger represent whichever sense, that is up to you. I'm just giving a basic symbolism that these senses make us extrovert. So the mind is restless. We have to turn it introvert and then offer to Bhagavan. And so these two fingers, listening, seeing and hearing, this taste, smell, and touch. So we can take the flower, taste it, smell it, touch it through these. So generally one lifts like this, bring it close to the heart and offer. The bhav is we are turning our senses introvert not thinking of sense objects, thinking of Bhagavan and then offering Om Shivaya Namaha, Om Shambhave Namaha, like that. Anything, even Vishnu Sahasranam, if you are chanting, then Om Vishwam Vishnu Vashatkaro Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu, so all that. Keep offering. So senses have to be in controls. If you know, in the many of the murtis of Bhagavan Shiva, you will see that there is a deer in his hands. He actually he is holding a deer. So why is that deer there? Because the deer is symbol of the mind. The rishis of Daruka one day threw the deer at him. He just held it. So senses. There's a Mriga Mudra also. So one is senses must be controlled. And second one, he has Akshamala in the hand. Mala of crystal. Bhagwan wears Rudraksha malas, and in this he is having Akshamala in the hand. Sphatik. So this Sphatik is quartz. And these quartz crystals are very powerful. They resonate the energy, whatever vibrations it gathers, it will resonate, amplify it quite high. Some 7,65,000 something is the frequency of per millisecond is the frequency of this quartz, it seems. That's why we have that in the watches also. The quartz is there. Quartz is not a brand of the watch. Quartz is the name of that material which creates that energy, and the ticking of the clock, etc. happens. So that's why Sphatikalinga, etc. When one has Sphatikalinga is very powerful. What we chant, the vibrations of it will amplify it many-fold. I don't know how many fold, 5-fold, 10-fold, whatever it is. It just amplifies. And so Sphatik Mala, and Sphatik also is supposed to be very cooling. It will quieten. Even when one wears Sphatik Mala, it is supposed to be cooling for the body. So he has Akshamala. So why is that Akshamala there? So that the mind can be controlled through Nama Japa. So sense control one hand, mind control on the other hand through Nama Japa. So this is Upasana. Base is Karma Yoga, serve the society selflessly, do the duties selflessly, dedicate them to Bhagavan, accept the results as they come. That is two pots of nectar Bhagavan is giving to the people. Serve the society. Then serve with self-control and do japa. And then 4 hands with which he is offering the nectar on his own head. That is jnana. So the buddhi of ours must reflect on who am I and absorb itself in the truth that my nature is infinite consciousness. I am not this body, mind and intellect. Continuously the buddhi must be absorbed in that. That is Amrita Kalasha. Amrita is nectar which brings immortality. Which nectar brings immortality? Not that nectar which the devatas drink and they are, uh, living for a long period of time in the heaven. But that is not absolute immortality. That is relatively long period of time. At some point when their punya is over, they have to again come back. Nobody lives in the heaven also forever. This is the immortality of the self. Pure existence which never becomes non-existent. Name and form can be created. It is born, it will stay for some time, it will change, it will die. That is mortality. If you drink this, the nectar of the heavens, born out of the Samudra Manthan, then that one can live for a relatively more longer period of time. So Devatas Their life is much longer than us. But even that is only relative immortality compared to life on this earth. Suppose our life is some 80, 100 years. Now Devta may live for a lakh years, 2 lakh years, whatever that. But even that long period of time is Brahmaji's life itself is temporary. He lives only for 100 years, but his 100 years are different. But even after him, there will be another Brahmaji who will come. So it is called relative immortality. Absolute immortality is to know that I was never born, I am unchanging, and I am imperishable. And what is that? That is Sachidananda Swarup Atma only. And that is my true nature. So the buddhi must be absorbed in that knowledge. So that is Amrit Bhagavan is offering on his head. Otherwise, it looks very weird. One is doing Abhishek on oneself. It is not so to glorify himself, or it is not some kind of, you know, self praise. It is not like that. It is that the mind is absorbed in this nature of the self. The buddhi, man buddhi has to be absorbed in that. Aham vritti should not be there. Should not be there in the sense it is mithya. One has realized that. And so, this is a beautiful form of Bhagavan Mrityunjaya. And one keeps this form and then one chants the mantra. So, the intonations, again, I'm sharing. All this I will put on the group, so you don't worry. This is the intonation now. This. So you see some of the alphabets either have a horizontal line above, some have a horizontal line below, some have a vertical line above, and some have two vertical lines above. So where the vertical line is single line above, that vowel has to be pushed up, chanted in a higher pitch. Om Tyambakam. Because there's one line above here. Where there is no notation, one just chants it in the same pitch. That is called Swarita. The line above is called Udata. So, Om Tyambakam Yajamahe. No intonations for Ambakam Yajamahe. Sorry, Bakam Yajamahe. Tryam goes up. Then Su, no intonation. Ga is down, as a horizontal line below. So Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam. Pu goes up, T goes down, Dha goes up. Urvarukamiva. So Urvaru down, Ka Swarita, Mi goes up, Va goes down. Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamritaat. Now this is the chant. Om Tyambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamritaat. Simple. Keeping these notations in mind, one can chant. So when the Vedic mantra is chanted with the proper intonations, then the sound vibrations it produces are very different, alertness is different, and the whole bhav will become different when one knows the notations, chants it with that. Sometimes one also says Om Trямbakai Yajamahe. That is in chanting one takes that and ya when they come one after the other, then it becomes Kai. So Trямbakai Yajamahe. And ya in the sense here the Ka alphabet is there. So Kai Yajamahe. Trямbakai Yajamahe, both are correct. You can chant Om Trambakam Yajamahe also is correct. Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam. So when we say Dha, we have to say Dha fully. A lot of people chant as Dha. Om Tyambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam. It is not the, it is the. Air has to come out, it is Mahapran. The. Then Urvarukamiva Bandhanan. Again the. Bandhanan. Mrityor, it is Mukshiya, not Mokshiya. Some people chant as Mokshiya. It is not Mokshiya, it is Mukshiya. Mrityor Mukshiya. Ma Amritat. Avagraha is there. By Sandhi, it has become Amritat. So, Ma Amritat. In chanting, we don't pronounce Avagraha, so we say Ma Amritat. But it is Ma Amritat. May I not neglect immortality. Now, this is the Vedic way of chanting. In Japa, one should chant like this. There are some people who make it musical also. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam. Like that, they will make it musical also. Urvarukamiva bandhanan mrityormukshiya mamritat. Like how Gayatri Mantra has been made into musical. Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Now that is a musical way of chanting. Ideally, Vedic mantra should be chanted with intonation, especially in sadhana and japa. So it has to be Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Om Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Bas. So notations, when they are given, these intonations have to be pronounced properly. Now, what is the meaning of this? Om Tyambakam Yajamahe. Three, if that second line is covered by a bar, means that there is no line after that. That black bar was because this is a part of the Rudram. No? So in that Rudram, we have that photo has been taken from there. So it is a continuous thing, the Rudram Chamakam. After in the 10th Anuvak, after that it will come. So there are other words after this, Amritat. So there is a black bar. Otherwise there is no black bar there. Before the whole mantra is so that much only. There is no alphabets after that. So here Amrita At, that's it. After that there is a black line. That's because there are other words which are part of the whole paragraph of that Rudram. That is not required for us. So we have put that there. So what is the meaning of this mantra? Om Tyambakam Yajamahe. I meditate upon, we meditate actually. Meditate upon Tyambakam, the Lord who has three eyes. The third eye is the eye of intuition. The third eye is the eye of knowledge, self-knowledge. Two other eyes. One represents the sun, one represents the moon. Sometimes it is also said it represents the compassion of Bhagavan. So moon, symbol of compassion. And Nyaya. Bhagavan has to do Nyaya, karma phala data hai. So as per the karma, he has to give the karma phala. No partiality there. So justice. And that justice is served with compassion. So these two eyes represent that. Bhagavan sees the world with compassion and Nyaya. Both must be together. And the third eye is the eye of knowledge, intuition, which when it opens, the worldliness, the attachments, the jiva bhav, the avidya, all that will be burnt. So we worship that Supreme Lord who has three eyes, Tyambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim, who is fragrant, though there is nothing fragrant around Bhagavan actually. He wears bhasma, there is snake, and then there is the tiger skin and the elephant skin. There is no fragrance, there is no perfume, there is nothing. But yet he Sugandhim. Why? because the virtues and values in which Bhagavan abides, that is the real fragrance of the mind, the fragrance of the life that one lives for the service of people, out of compassion, being kind, being loving, making others happy. So that is the fragrance. That is the real fragrance is that. Otherwise, body stinks. Every moment the body has so much of impurity, and that's why we keep needing all the deodorants and perfumes and whatnot. That's why devatas also don't stay longer, because our body is made from earth, though it is water 70%, no doubt, but there is earth element. So that earth element is what creates the smell. Devata's body is made up of light, it is fire oriented. And so, even if the Devta manifest, they can't handle our smell. They say, Jaldi bolo, kya chahiye ho, tathastu, bhago. They go away quickly. So, this body by itself stinks and smells. Bhagwan Sugandhim. Swamiji, does Bhagwan's physical body not have sweat? Bhagwan doesn't have a physical body, that's the whole point. Bhagwan's body is Chaitanya Swarup only, consciousness only, but in a specific appearance. So obviously is beyond the five elements, taken a form for our benefit. Now, Sugandhim, there is fragrance of virtues, values. Sugandhim is that because of which the body is alive, that Atma, that life principle. If that departs, then gone. This body will start rotting. So one who enlivens us, one who inspires us to live the values, both meanings are there. Sugandhim, Pushtivardhanam, who nurtures and nourishes us holistically. Physically also Bhagavan is strong, emotionally very stable, detached, yet compassionate, intellectually full of knowledge, spiritually anchored in the self. All this is strength. Even talent wise, if you see, Bhagavan knows dance, he is the founder of dance. So many places you will see Bhagavan's 108 poses are there, dance poses. So expert in art, creativity, language is the origin of Sanskrit language is Damaru. So that is Pushtivardhanam, who nurtures us, nourishes us in all ways. When we want to chant for somebody's well-being, for their health, then one has to pay more attention to this Pushtivardhanam while chanting. Then Urvarukamiva Bandhanat, like the cucumber, ripe cucumber falls off from the creeper. In that way, so that is symbol of detachment. In that way, Mrityoho Mukshiya, please liberate me from the fear of death. One can't stop death, but the fear of death one can drop. Even Markandeya, who was given immortality, is immortal for this kalpa. After that, body gone. The real immortality, that's why, is only abidance in the self. There is no other way of immortality. Absolute immortality is only that. So, Mrityu will come, but if I have known my true nature, if I have detached myself from the BMI identification, then there is no fear of death. In fact, death becomes like a pickle. Mrityu yasya upasechanam. One will not be worried. So, this analogy is for that. Just like the cucumber detaches effortlessly, may I also detach, Bhagavan. May I have may I have no fear of death. Gurudev gave a very different interpretation of this. He said that cucumber does not detach easily from the creeper. One has to pull it out. So Gurudev gave the interpretation that we are praying to Bhagavan that, oh Lord, I am very deeply identified with this body, mind, intellect, and I don't want to give up this attachment. Though one part of my mind is a mind which is seeking the truth, but one part is very strongly attached. You please pull it out. Bandhanat mrityoho mukshiya. Because my one part is not willing, unwilling it is. It does not want to do sadhana also. It just wants to enjoy, indulge, be lazy, like that. So pull it out, please. Whichever interpretation you take, point is detachment has to happen by our effort and by Bhagwan's grace. Here we are praying for Bhagwan's grace. Please, Bhagwan, with your grace, you please make me detached. Mrityoho mukshiya. Make me accept life as it comes. Make me be more flexible, not insistent and resistant. So, Mrityoho mukshiya. Ma amritat. May I never neglect immortality. Meaning, in and through every action that I do, I should know that this is taking me closer to Bhagwan, to realization. Is it purifying my mind or increasing my body identification? If it is increasing my body identification, my ego, I should not do. I do it with the dedication to Bhagwan. I do it for purifying my mind, and I do actions so that I can realize my oneness with the Lord, or that's the self. So, this is the basic meaning of the mantra. Whichever word we focus on, those things we will internalize more. So, if we say, I want to develop more intuition, then focus on Trambakam. If I want to develop a balance between love and discipline, love and objectivity, compassion and objectivity, then focus on Trambakam. If I want to inculcate more virtues and values, Sugandhim. Pushtivardhanam for health, all types of health, not only physical. Or if you want any specific type, financial, social, whatever, spiritual, intellectual, emotional, whichever strength I want, focus on that, Pushtivardhanam. If I want to strengthen detachment, then Urvarukameva Bandhanat Mrityoho Mukshiya. If I want to intensify my seeking, Mumukshutvam, I want to intensify, that I want Mukti alone, Ma Amritat. If I want multiple, then focus on multiple things. No problem. So this is the mantra. Now, Chandradevata, when he chanted this, Bhagavan got pleased. So there are multiple instances of Mrityunjaya Mantra. Markandeya's life is one, Chandradevata's life is one. And from both these we understand how the results are different. Chandradevata did not get immortality. He got freedom from Kshaya Roga. Markandeya, he got immortality. So each one can get different results from the same mantra. Bhagwan is the same. Mantra is going to invoke Bhagwan's grace, and then whatever the devotee seeks, Bhagwan will bless the devotee with that. Now one question has come here, that why Somnath is the first of the Jyotirlingas? Because Brahmaji, when he did the Srishti and he dug the earth at that particular place, that small Swayambhu Linga manifested. The first Linga that manifested as a Jyotirlinga is the Somnath. And then he made the bigger one. Covered that small one with the bigger Jyotirlinga, the bigger Linga actually. So that's why it is the first Jyotirlinga. Okay, so now that is about this. So today we will chant the Mrityunjaya Mantra again, keeping this form in the mind, doing the dhyana shloka of that, and then chanting the mantra. Sit erect, the head, the neck, and the spine in a straight line. Close your eyes gently. Relax the shoulders. Let your hands be in your lap, palms facing the sky. Come to a comfortable posture without any strain in any part of the body. Invoke gratitude in your heart. Thank Bhagavan for all the blessings that are there in life. Thank Bhagavan for all the values and virtues that we are able to live. Thank Bhagavan for all the experiences that we had yesterday. The things that we learned, enjoyed. Thank Bhagavan for all that. Also thank Bhagavan for any difficulties and challenges. May we face them instead of fearing them and escaping. Suggest to the mind that for the next 30 minutes I am steady and still without any movements. Except breathing, no other movement. Suggest to the mind that I am alert, awake, and quiet. I am alert, awake, and quiet. For the next 30 minutes, I am only a seeker, a devotee, and my goal is realization of the truth. I am only a seeker, a devotee, and my goal is realization of the self. With simple, slow, and steady, deep breathing, we relax the body. When we say she, just take a slow and steady, deep breath. You don't have to chant with me, just take the breath. And when we say va, then you exhale slowly. Again, no need to chant, just do the breathing. Exhale all the air. She. 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 Va. She. Va. She. Va. She. Va. Continue to breathe at your own pace, slow, steady, and deep. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. The deeper the breath, the better is the quietude of the mind, relaxation of the body. Be aware of each and every breath. as though you are watching your own body breathing. Be aware that you are the observer of the body, observer of the breath, observer of also the thought that arises as you breathe. If the mind wanders, bring it back to the breath. Check your posture at this moment. If you are not erect, come back to the erect posture. In the space between the two eyebrows or in your heart, visualize a circle of white light and invoke the auspicious form of your Guru. Feel that you are in front of the Guru with folded hands. Being grateful to the Guru for all the knowledge, love and compassion, for opportunities to serve, and for grace and guidance in contemplation. With all devotion, let us chant. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव त्वमेव सर्वं गुरुदेवदेव. Offer some flowers at the feet of the Guru, prostrate to the Guru, and repose the form of the Guru back in the heart. Invoke the auspicious form of Bhagavan Mrityunjaya, seated on a pink lotus, wearing tiger skin around his waist, seated in Padmasana, offering 2 pots of nectar in service of the people, of all the beings. With one hand, Bhagavan has a Akshamala. The other hand, he is having the Mriga Mudra. There are snakes around Bhagavan on his neck. There are Rudraksha malas he wears on the neck, the chest, the arms, the wrists. With two hands, with 2 pairs of 2 hands, Bhagavan is offering 2 pots of nectar on his forehead. There is a Chandrama on his Jata along with a snake. Bhagavan has applied bhasma around his body. His 2 eyes are partially closed. There is a gentle smile on his face. There is a third eye on her forehead. This is the auspicious form of Bhagavan Mrityunjaya. हस्ताभ्यां कलशद्वयामृतरसैः आप्लावयन्तं शिरः द्वाभ्यां तौ दधतं मृगाक्षवलये द्वाभ्यां वहन्तं परम् अङ्कन्यस्तकरद्वयामृतघटम् कैलासकान्तं शिवम् स्वच्छाम्भोजगतं नवेन्दुमुकुटम् देवं त्रिनेत्रं भजे। अस्य श्रीमृत्युञ्जय मन्त्रस्य वसिष्ठ ऋषिः श्रीमृत्युञ्जय रुद्रो देवता अनुष्टुप् छन्दः श्री मृत्युंजय प्रीतये मम अभीष्ट सिद्ध्यर्थे जपे विनियोगः. Keeping this form in the mind, we do the Japa of Mrityunjaya Mantra.
ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। 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 ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्।
Continue mentally. We meditate on the three-eyed Lord to bless us with love, compassion, and intuition, to help us to realize the self. We meditate on Bhagavan, who is the fragrance of life in us, the values and virtues in us. We meditate on Bhagavan, who nourishes us, strengthens us in all ways. Just like a cucumber falls off from a creeper, may we also have detachment, and may Bhagavan free us from the fear of death. May Bhagavan bless us with the ability to accept life as it comes, to be flexible, and to live life with prasada buddhi. May our intensity of seeking be more and more deep. May we never neglect immortality. May we not walk the path of adharma. May all our actions lead us to the divine. Offer some flowers at the feet of Bhagavan Mrityunjaya. Perform a pradakshina of Bhagavan. Prostrate in front of Bhagavan. Feel that Bhagavan has sprinkled some of the Amrit on your head, and his right hand is on your forehead. His grace and blessings pervade your being. Thank Bhagavan and seek forgiveness for any errors of omission or commission, and offer this japa, this sadhana at his feet. करचरणकृतं वा कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वापराधम् विहितमविहितं वा सर्वमेतत्क्षमस्व जय जय करुणाब्धे श्रीमहादेव शम्भो जय जय करुणाब्धे श्रीमहादेव शम्भो ॐ तत्सत् शिवार्पणमस्तु Repose the form back into your heart. Be aware of the breath. Be aware of the body. Be aware of the happenings around you. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhat Bhavet Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Rub your palms, place them on the face, gently open your eyes. So if you have any questions, we will take them up tomorrow. I have another class now, so we will conclude for today. Hari Om.